The philosophy of the investor of faith building wealth through patience, purpose, and principle. Pineda. What it means to be an investor of faith. Every investor begins with uncertainty. Numbers flicker, predictions shift, and the future hides behind a curtain of noise. We study charts, read forecasts, analyze ratios, searching for truth in the language of probability. But sooner or later, we discover that investing is not only an intellectual act, it is an emotional one. And the emotion that defines great investors is not greed or fear, but faith. Faith is not blind optimism. It is a disciplined conviction, the ability to act with reason, to wait with patience, and to trust in principles even when results are delayed. It is the courage to stay steady when the crowd runs, and to stay humble when fortune smiles. The most successful investors are not gamblers or prophets. They are caretakers of time. They build on logic, guided by rules that protect them from emotion. They seek value beneath appearance, and they know that markets are reflections of human behavior, sometimes rational, often impulsive. Their strength lies not in prediction, but in preparation. To live as an investor of faith is to recognize that every decision is a mirror. How we invest reveals how we think, how we wait, and how we trust. Some chase noise, others nurture value. Some seek speed, others respect seasons. One path burns fast, the other compounds quietly. Faith in this philosophy is not religious, it's relational. It's the relationship between patience and purpose, knowledge and humility, logic and belief. It's understanding that the laws of compounding don't just apply to money, they apply to character, wisdom, and inner peace. An investor of faith knows that wealth has two meanings, one measured in currency, the other in calm. He learns to protect both. He knows that no strategy is perfect, but a steady mind often outperforms a brilliant one. And he understands that success is never a sudden miracle. It's the slow accumulation of disciplined days. This book is not about getting rich quickly. It's about growing wisely in thought, patience, and principle. It's about building a life that compounds in value long after the market closes. Because faith, at its core, is the belief that effort has meaning, that time is your ally, and that peace is the highest dividend. That is what it means to be an investor of faith. Every meaningful journey begins with something small, a quiet decision, a single page, a plan that no one else can see. The investor of faith begins in the same way, not with wealth, not with luck, but with a simple belief that time, when treated with respect, can multiply anything. Patience is the first and greatest teacher in investing. It tests conviction more than intelligence. It asks for calm in the face of chaos and faith in the unseen. Because every seed of value is invisible at first, and that invisibility is what frightens most people away. The impatient seek quick returns. They move with the noise, follow the crowd, and mistake activity for achievement. They sell what could have been a forest simply because they couldn't wait for the trees to grow. The patient, on the other hand, understands that growth is not a moment. It's a rhythm. It moves slowly, like dawn breaking on the horizon. You don't see it happen all at once, but it happens, quietly, faithfully, inevitably. To invest with patience is to trust the process, not the promise. You analyze with reason, choose with clarity, and then surrender the outcome to time. That surrender is not weakness, it's wisdom. Because time is not the enemy of the investor, impatience is. And the market, like life, always rewards those who wait long enough for the truth to surface. There is a timeless principle in the art of investing, that value and price are not the same. Price moves with emotion. Value moves with time. When emotion rises, value hides. But when the noise fades, value returns to view, more substantial than before. The investor of faith learns to see beyond the surface, to recognize that patience is not just a tactic, it's a philosophy of peace. When the storms come, and they always do when prices fall, when the news turns dark, when the world whispers, sell now before it's too late, the investor of faith remembers. This is the season that grows roots. Every great tree deepens in the storm. Every great fortune survives not because of timing, but because of temperament. The seed does not argue with the soil. It does not rush the rain or demand the sunrise. The market is not merely a collection of numbers. It is a reflection of human nature, a mirror that reveals the truth about emotion and behavior. Every chart, every fluctuation, every price change is a visible form of invisible feelings. Behind every rise, there is hope. Behind every fall, there is fear. And between them lives the story of human belief.